Yo, what is up everybody? Welcome to a new YouTube video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about basically my personal opinion after playing Black Ops 6 and Warzone. Give you guys my personal opinion, more so on the Warzone side of things, but also just everything I feel about Black Ops 6. After chopping it up and chatting with a bunch of friends and different content creators out here at the event, you know, just getting the general consensus for them and also giving my own personal opinion. That's basically what I'm going to be talking about in this video. And listen, guys, you guys know me. Like, I'm very grateful for Call of Duty having me out at all these events. But regardless of that, I have never shied away from definitely giving it to the game when it needs to be done. I feel like I got the receipts, bro. I got the receipts. This game is trash!
Yeah.
I'm fully shooting this guy. Is that going to be happening in customs? Is that going to happen in customs?
Yes.
Regain, brother Z. Breathe. Yes, it's going to be happening to answer your question.
In the car, I'm going to snipe.
So first and foremost, probably one of the biggest parts. This affects not only the multiplayer, but just literally every aspect, all the way to zombies, but Omni movement. How did it feel? How did the game feel? My personal opinion is that it felt great. I enjoyed it. I loved being able to sprint in every direction, slide different ways, dive different ways, and aim, and the shooting be still very accurate while diving and shooting. It obviously makes for a completely different pace of game. Now, I know a lot of different people's opinions will be giving you similar ones. I know a lot of people did like it. Some people did feel like it was a little bit sluggish at moments and a little bit slow, which I can kind of agree with to some degree. Talking with some of the devs, obviously the beta's coming out soon. They hear this stuff. Obviously, we can only do so much. Listen, we say certain things, like maybe something will go in a certain direction, and it doesn't end up going that way. Listen, we tell the devs everything that is on our mind, and I try to be, I try to really not have much of a filter when I'm doing it, just because, like I said, it's always coming from a good place. Like, I want the game to do well, bro. This is my career, and I love Call of Duty. Like, I want it to do well. So probably the biggest thing of all that most people want to know about, and that is the movement, the new movement, and the new movement system, Omni movement. I am a personal fan of this movement. I'm a personal fan of this change. I'm excited for you guys, like I said, to get your hands on this, because I want to know what you guys think. For me personally, it's refreshing, bro. It's very cool to have full control of your character, be able to sprint in all directions as like a real person kind of would and could. You just feel like you have more control completely over the game and, well, over your character. And I'm just excited to see, like, some people listen, everyone's gonna have a different opinion, but like people just playing the game for the first time, I feel like come back to and ask me this after like a week or two of actually like diving deep into the intricacies of the movement and like really getting used to it. And I think a lot of people are going to mess with it. I think you guys are going to mess with it heavily. I'm very happy about that and excited for it. Excited how that's going to kind of like translate into Warzone, obviously. But yeah, I think that is a W. I think Omni movement is a W. I touched on this a little bit during my live stream yesterday about the new attachment system. Devs literally brought this up in a briefing the other day, and that was that they never want a player to not use all 5 attachments. And if you're using the perk greed or you know, the other stuff to give you 8 perks, they want you to use every perk. That's the thing. That's their philosophy this year. And because of that, they're giving no cons, or virtually no cons. There's still cons, like you'll still see cons, but they're gonna most of the time just be like, if you put a fast mag on, it's gonna give you a con of less ammo in your main magazine. Or if you use an extended mag, your reload speed's gonna be slower. But, you know, ADS speed, you know, if you add fire rate to your gun, it's not gonna add recoil to your gun. Basically what they're doing this year, their philosophy is they never want you to not use an attachment, and almost none of the attachments give you negatives, man. Like, I was running a strict movement speed build on a sub yesterday and flying around the map. And speaking of flying around the map, this is a perfect segue into the new perk system, bro. The perk system is fire. Obviously, this isn't how it's going to work in Warzone. Warzone, for everybody watching that's obviously a fan of me with Warzone, it's going to stay the exact same. There's going to be there's actually a few new perks, but a lot of the old perks, and you still have perk packages which drop to the ground on death. So that's all basically the same. But you can also pick up perks in the game as well off the ground like you used to be able to out of loot crates and stuff. Something I have to talk about, and it was something that a lot of people were talking about when it came to Warzone. And that was how the multiplayer felt very good. Like, the pace felt pretty solid. But then when we went over to Warzone, it felt like I was like in the mud a little bit. There were a few animations like throwing out muni boxes and stuff that were slow that the devs said were probably just glitches that they're going to be able to tweak between now and then. But it felt much, much slower. Warzone felt a little slower and a little clunkier. Now, I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that, and again, in the briefing that they told us before we even played the game, they mentioned that Warzone, just like the last couple years, doesn't come out until a month or two or whatever it is after Black Ops drops, like the multiplayer and stuff. So it's still a month behind the game, and they have more time to tweak stuff, which they will. I'm going to just keep segueing to stuff that I think about because it's off the top of my head and these are thoughts that I had. But I know another massive thing that I personally thought was not the best. This is like the good, the bad, and ugly now. I'll talk a little bit about the ugly. Was a new Warzone map. Not the map itself. I thought it was a great concept and idea. I love like the different places, the POIs, everything. The size of the map, the pace of the map felt great. Bro, it was an eyesore to look at. Now, again, I know a lot of that had to do with the visual glitches. There was like a lot of like, just a lot of visual bugs because, again, the game's not fully polished and ready yet to go out live. But even with the different shader glitches that were going on with making like walls and different stuff super, super dark or bright, the map itself, the color palette is bland. It doesn't make me think of like a Black Ops kind of game. Like, I think Black Ops, I think like Black Ops 3, right? Like, I think, obviously I know those are futuristic, but still, I think vibrant, I think even Blackout, like, I was hoping to see that. And that was something that I know a lot of other content creators, including myself, mentioned a ton. So again, I'll say this again, folks. We mentioned so much stuff, but we can only say so much. You know what I'm saying? Like, they listen to us, and to some degree, and they definitely do implement stuff, and they you can tell they do want to listen, but it's a massive company, man, too. Like, I guess, anyway, I don't need to go into that, but we do our damn best to tell them all the good, the bad, and ugly, because like I said, bro, this is our careers. That's one. And on top of that, we love Call of Duty. I've been playing Call of Duty my whole life. I don't want to see it being complete dog piss. I want to see it thriving. And with all that to say, I think Warzone, I think Black Ops 6 we are in for a fantastic year. Talk a little bit about the things I loved and a little bit about the things that I did not love. But I think we are in for a phenomenal, phenomenal year. Like, with all that to say, because they're going to be polishing stuff. That's for a fact. And the game's not even out yet. And I only played it once, bro. Like, give me some time on it. Another reason why I know this year is going to be insane was because of the massive announcement that they made at COD Next, which I know all of you had to have heard, unless you're living under a rock. Verdansk is coming back in 2025. This has been rumored for a while now, but confirmed at COD Next just the other day. 2025. What I'm hoping is early 2025, because we're going to basically have to play Riousx Stand. It's going to be on the new engine. It's going to be on the new feel of the game. We're going to be, it's going to be Cold War Warzone. Or sorry, that's crazy. That's what the game kind of feels like. A lot of people have been saying that too. But anyway, Black Ops 6 Warzone. And maybe they change some POIs and stuff. I don't know. They never confirmed that. But like, I hope they at least do that, because we're going to be playing the same map for at least a couple of months or a few months. And then Verdansk comes out sometime in 2025. I'm hoping early. Please do not make it like end of 2025. I don't have any insight on that, but I'm only guessing that that's what they're going to do. I hope that's what they do. But in the meantime, Ranked is coming back to Big Map. Thank God. Resurgence, listen, folks, Resurgence is amazing. I love to play it all the time myself. Resurgence Ranked, on the other hand, still amazing, and I've grinded this top 250 multiple times, but bro, me personally, some of you might have a different opinion, I cannot grind that stuff like after I get to that goal. Like, once I hit top 250, I'm done. Like, I'll fall out of it. I don't care about sustaining it. I don't care about continuing, because I just don't really enjoy Resurgence Rank nearly as much. It's a different pace of game versus Big Map Ranked. It's totally different. I could go into all the different reasons why it's different, but you guys probably know what I'm talking about if you played Warzone 2 Big Map Ranked. It's just different than Resurgence Ranked, and I personally prefer it. So I am very happy to know it's coming back, and it's going to make playing Riousx for another few months a lot more bearable. It would have been quite unbearable, to be honest. I mean, other than just getting to learn the new movement and play on a new engine, that would have been fun, and use all the new guns and level them up and stuff. It would have been definitely a little bit unfortunate to just be playing Riousx Stand again. So I'm happy to at least have that be coming. To conclude everything, folks, and to wrap up this entire trip, which has been amazing, by the way, I think we're in for a phenomenal year. I'm very excited for this game. Like I said, I think stepping back and doing content a little bit and not taking things as seriously all the time has given me a different perspective. I'm just really excited to have new content and enjoy pushing it out to you guys this year. I'm hoping you guys are excited as well. If you are, subscribe to the YouTube channel, turn on the bell notifications, like the video, and yeah, man, excited for this year. That's it, baby. Peace.